Peace and black power, family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Place Knowledge is born. This your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the building. Let me just do this real quick. All eyes on Ali V right here. You understand what I'm saying? Bear witness to the greatness right here. You know what I'm saying? Got this collab going on, this Brick City collaboration, hip hop psycho in the building, man. And we got 2 decades of one of the sharpest pens on the planet. You understand what I'm saying? Shutting the game down, working from behind the scenes, smashing every mixtape. Any verse you ever heard him on was murder. You understand? So let's get it to Queen's own. Southside Jamaica Queens in the building. Ali V, man. Ali Vegas, what's good with you, brother?
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, my brother? What's the word?
Coolin'. Like I was saying, glad to have you on. Some things we want to chop it up with you about. Some things you went through in the past, and what you got going on currently. So just ready to get up into it.
I mean, let's do it.
All right, that's what's up. All right, so you started off real young. I remember that. I remember the first time I heard you on a mixtape. You was You started off real young. My bad. That's me. Okay, my bad. Yeah, you started off real young, and the first time I heard you was on a mixtape, and I remember my man was like, "Yo, I think you only like 16, 17." I was like, spitting like that. He was like, "Yeah." I was shocked, but when did you actually start writing? Like, how old was you, and what made you actually decide to pick up the pen and pad?
I mean, well, I was 6 years old when I really knew, when I knew that, like music was like for me, because I started out doing poetry, and like my first time I did poetry was actually Maya Angelou. She came to my school. She was a speaker at my school, and we had to prepare poetry for her. And the poem I did was so prolific that it was crazy. So when I got home, my cousin Cheeb was just like, yo, say what you said on stage, say that. And then he put a beat on and was like, yeah, say it to this beat. All right. He put on check out my melody beat, whatever. And he was like, yeah, say it a little faster. And then when I said it a little faster, he said, oh yeah, now you rhyming. He said, you rhyming. And then from there on, it was just like, I would just always say my poetry in rhyme form. And it was just, that's how it was. So I was like 6 years old. And then I was track masters. I was courted by Columbia ever since I was 12. But it's the Macaulay Culkin law, so I couldn't sign no paperwork without going through the courts. So,
right.
So I actually couldn't put out no music till I was 16. But I was on a label at like 12 years old. But I couldn't put out no music till I was 15, and then I couldn't have no official paperwork till I was about 20, 21.
True. That's crazy. But yeah, I like I said, I remember it blew my mind. One of my favorite tracks of that era. Because I consider that the mixtape era, right? Like that's when the mixtapes was really like killing the streets. That's when they was, tearing the scenes up. And of that era, one of my favorite songs is The Specialist, right? Love that track. Everything about it, the beat, the flow, everything. That was a killer track. Like, was that your first? That might have been the first one I think I heard from you, but I don't know if that was your actual first track.
Nah, that wasn't. It was crazy. That wasn't the first track. Like The Specialist was crazy. The Specialist was actually wasn't even my record at first. I was just going to get another beat. I was going to get another beat from Chop, who produced it, Chop Diesel from the Dream Team. You know what I mean? Jersey's own. I was going to get a beat from Chop because he was going to be he was my in-house producer. So we already had the joints. I just was going to just pick another joint up, and then they was the person who was recording was doing the joint. And my manager at the time, the label Urban Wolves, Do was like, nah, that's your joint. Like, yo, Vague, that's gonna be your joint. Don't even worry about who. He said, don't even worry about who rhyming on there. That's gonna be your joint. That's actual factual. And it was crazy because they artists was on it, and they had you know what I mean, like they had their plans for it, and D like nah, like D like listen, everybody who on there they gotta get off that. That gotta be Vague track. And everybody was like, you know, when you're an artist and you're a producer and you got a plan, you standoffish. You know what I'm saying? But D was just like, y'all don't be on the wrong side of history with this one. Like, it's him. Like, and they was like, all right. So just like anything, he like, all right, you got something to it. So when I went in there, I went in the booth and just did a verse, and it was like, yeah. Everybody was just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And that's how the Specialist came about. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. And then you had a joint with Capone too. How did that come out? That's like, you know, Capone before you came out, or did y'all meet up? Like, how did that work out?
Yeah, like those are like, it's crazy because like those are like my big brothers. Like I knew like Traj. Like if you like Tragedy, like Gaddafi will always tell everybody, he'd be like, Vague was always would be ahead of his time. Cause like I met Gaddafi when I was like 14. And we was trading books. Like he was giving me like the ISIS papers. I was giving him like the 48 Laws of Power, like stuff like that. At 14, I was sending like those type of books to brothers in jail. Like, yo, here, read this. So when you come out, you be all right. At least you have a different perspective. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So I knew them from like my family is in the streets. So I knew them from like, I knew Capone and them from the streets. Like when Capone first came home, first thing he did was ride to the studio to do A Gangsta's Life.
That's what's up. I remember when Capone first came home too. That was a big deal.
Yeah, he came right to the studio. I was actually recording. I was doing the Benson joint, even with no type of money. I was doing that record. And Capone was like, "Oh shit, that shit crazy." And he was like, "Yo, let's do the Gangsta's Life joint." We did the Gangsta's Life, same night.
Yeah, that era, around that era, Queens was killing it. Queens was killing it. Like, honestly, they was killing it the most out of everybody in New York in that era. To me, they was killing it the most, like collectively. You know, like it was other artists that was doing their thing in other boroughs and other cities and everything, but collectively, it was just a large group of people coming out of Queens that was just murdering it at that time. Competition was heavy out there.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't, no other borough or state could deal with the roster. Like, you know, just because just getting out of Queensbridge, you would have a problem. Then when you get out of Queensbridge, now you still got to deal with Onyx, Lost Boys. I mean, 50 Cent. Like you know what I mean? Like just getting out of one area, you in trouble. So it was like, which was so crazy because in my neighborhood, I was the outcast because when it came to rhyming, I was the outcast because I didn't fit in with nobody. Like I didn't fit in with but it was crazy because these are all my big brothers. Like I'm in the studio with Cheeks. I'm in the like at a young age, I'm in the studio with Cheeks. I'm in the studio with Fred and I'm in the studio with Fifth. But it's like Vague don't fit in. Like this one I knew I was always made to stand on my own and stand solo because I couldn't fit with Onyx. I couldn't fit with Lost Boys. I couldn't fit with Fifth in them. Like I was always the outcast because I rhyme different. I always carry myself in a different manner. So it was like, that's what's the crazy part about it.
Yeah, it's crazy that you tell me you was reading stuff like the ISIS papers and all these other conscious books, you know, especially during that time, because you know that wasn't exactly the conscious era of hip hop, but you said you were still out there studying those, so that's what's up.
Yeah, because I was raised that's what I'm saying. I was raised by Mr. Butch. You know what I mean? Like that was one of my mentors at 6 years old. I was raised by Mr. Butch, and Mr. Butchie, that was Malcolm X bodyguard. So we was watching. So I'm watching like unauthorized documentaries of Malcolm, like stuff that's still not seen. Like this is just B-roll with him and Mr. Butchie talking, or him and Muhammad Ali standing at the corner store of my block. But the people that grew up in my neighborhood won't even know that prominence stood there. You know what I mean? Because there's no resemblance of it there now. But they wouldn't know it. I knew it because I was raised like by Mr. Butchie. Like I always said, like in my rhyme, I'll be like by the 4th grade, like I was like by 2nd grade, I was able to read backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like my 2nd grade teacher still to this day be like, it was amazing. Like I was able to read a whole like I read a whole book backwards, like say the words and everything, just read it backwards just to show her how my level of reading. I would read backwards, and then like I said, by 4th grade, I was studying. Like Mr. Butchie was showing me Islamic greetings. Like by 4th grade, I'm saying, you know what I mean, Walaikum salam. You know what I mean? Like I'm studying that. He's showing me this at 4th grade. So my level of learning and the teaching, like it was already there. So when I met Traj and I'm at 14, it was like they was more say having a conversation with a peer, not a little brother.
Right, a young head with an old soul, right?
Yeah,
right.
So, you know what I mean.
I feel that. You mentioned Gaddafi / tragedy a couple of times. Huge fan of him too. You know, he's been laying it down forever. You know, back since the 80s. A lot of people don't know he was actually on the album. Yeah, he's actually on the same Marley Marl album with the Symphony and all that. So he dates back quite some time. You know, so yeah. You said you grew up around him, and how did y'all two meet?
I mean, well, I was like he came, he grew because he's originally from Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Like that's people don't know that. Sure. People they just put, you know what I mean, like associate him with the bridge. So it's like, but nah, he originally from my neighborhood. So when that's why when he was like everybody was telling him like nah, it's the young guard out here that's crazy. And so he was like, what? So he came to the park one day and they called me over there. He was like, yo. And then when he called me over there and he heard me rhyme, he was like, he lost his mind. He lost his mind. He was like, man, because he was just like his vision was just like, because all he could see is what I could see. What he could see was what he seen was a starting 5 that would be so potent, where it would be him, Capone Noriega, Imam Thug, and Ali Vegas. Like that would have been 252. Like that's crazy of life. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So his eyes just lit up, like was like, oh shit, like this is gonna be a hard team to beat. You know what I'm saying? But
true. And yeah, and competition, like I was saying, competition out in Queens at that time was thick. You know, it started being a little bit, you know, like who's the king of Queens type thing going on. You know, it was some, you know, some diss tracks being laid out back and forth with a couple of people. You know, again, that's East Coast hip hop. You know, you're going to get some back and forth. You know, people want to, you know, try to prove themselves and everything. You know, so. And I know you did have one instance where you was going back and forth with Clues Camp and the A-Team and all of them, I believe it was, and Stat Bundles and Fabulous and all of them. How did that even come about? Was it personal or was it just bars?
The crazy part about it is me and it was me, Stack, my man Sleep, Bino, like we had a project together. We was working on a project together. Like that's all like with that, that's just all friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm the top dog. Like I'm the bar setter. Like before before me, they not look like record labels is not looking for nobody under 15. They not combing the streets of Queens, like because I made labels believe that there's 15-year-olds, really 12-year-olds that's not gimmicks. Like where it was like, oh shit, oh shit, like at 12 years old, when you 12 years old and they think when you're 12 years old and the worst thing they try to say about you is that they think Nas is writing your shit, then that means the world is like, what are you gonna do? And when the people that know that, when the people that, like when the Tommy Mottolas and the Donnie Honors and the Kadars and the Tone and Pokes know that, like that's not the case with, no, this young 12-year-old is just that ill. They started combing the streets, like, because remember, I only could sign to one label. Right. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a draft pick. Once he go to that team, now other teams is looking for that same type of player. Like, right. Like, you know what I mean? Like once that player, so once I'm signed to Trackmasters, everybody, all the other labels is combing the streets. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just that. Like I never take anything personal. Everything to me is either business or it's a stepping stone for somebody else. So with me, when people come at me, I'm like, that's a stepping stone. What else you want him to do? He gotta, you know what I mean? If I'm the bar setter and I'm the top dog, it's only right that in order for you to ascend, you have to go through me. You know what I'm saying? So I always respected it. Like, but me, like I said, like I spoke to Stack Pops like 3 months ago, like people don't understand. Cause stuff, it gets lost in translation. You know what I mean? Where like they only see what they shown. You know what I'm saying? So hard for them to understand that like nah, like this healthy competition. You know what I mean? Like he gonna bump my shit, I'm gonna bump his shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is my thing is, if it's Queens, you ain't gotta ever worry about it being personal when it comes to my borough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So it was just bars then, right?
Yeah, that's all. Just healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how you link with Rest in Peace, $500,000? What was your relationship like?
I mean, that's like that was like half was the one who, like Mr. Butchie and them, like my mother and them showed me how to take care of my brothers. Like no matter what, how to take care of my brothers. Like show my brothers and sisters respect, take care of them. You know what I mean? Like if they get out of line or they step over a boundary, it's okay to forgive them, show them the way, try to enlighten them in life. But $500,000 was the one who showed me that. He gave me hope that existed in the game. It's the reason why I am the way I am now, where if somebody say, yo, they rhyme, I give them that shot to be like, no, let's go. People be like, damn. So I'm like, they be like when Saigon, when he first came home, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? My man, Dr. Glenn, Dr. Glenn Toby was managing him, you know what I'm saying? And we was cool. So he hit me, Toby, like, yo, look, I got this kid, you know what I mean? Saigon, he just came home, you know what I'm saying? He like, yo, I want to get him in the studio with you if it's okay. I'm like, I bet. He like, so, you know, when you think, I'm like, he with you right now? He like, yeah, so all right, let's go right now. And then that's when we did the joint that was on his one shot joint. We did that joint, you know what I mean? That was just like right there. Like, so $500,000 showed me that, because when I came, we got to the studio because he was, you know, he with AZ and DO. We had the same management. DO managed AZ. So and Half was with A. So we went to the studio to just check on Half, and Half was like, hold up, that's vague. He like, you the one I'm hearing, you know what I mean? Like, you the name that I'm hearing. Like, so he was like, I'm like, yeah. He like, what's good? I'm like, whatever. You in the session? He like, nigga, I drop everything. You want to do the joint? Let's do something. I'm like, all right, bet. Put the beat on. Let's go. So we put the Italian guitars on, and that's how that joint came out right there.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah, That was our
Recipe for half a mil too. Recipe.
that was our first time meeting. First time meeting, we did Italian guitars. That was the first time meeting.
That's nuts.
And we you know what I mean? Like, cause that's how I am. Like, I'm on the spot. Like, if you like, yo, you ready to go? Let's go. Set it up. Let's go. You know,
that's a real MC right there.
Yeah, I live for the present, man. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Like when you was like, yo, what date you on? I'm like, the nearest date. Like, I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wait. Yeah, like the nearest date. Let's go. So, not $500,000. And it's crazy because now I build with his son, and it's like that nephew feeling, you know what I'm saying? With his son rhyme, you know what I mean? Pop Miliato, like his son rhyme. So it's like it's that nephew feeling where it's like, yo, look, you know, whatever you need from me, you know what I mean? Let's go. So it's dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And unfortunately, I know you had made an album, and unfortunately didn't get a chance to get released, but it got released underground, right?
Oh yeah, what the Generation Gap joint?
Yeah. I think that was,
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like it's crazy because they take it with the water. It's the watermarks and everything, and then they don't even care because it was just like it would have been like, man. I mean, it's such a dope album because it was like, and it wasn't even. It would have been it was gonna be like a man. It would have been like you could name the illest painting, and it would have been that. Like the way I set it up. And it was me just putting the album together. Like the way it was set up was just so crazy because I had every Queen's MC on it. You know what I mean? And then the last track was going to be titled Generation Gap. And that was going to be me. It was projected to be me, Nas, and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? And
wow. That's deep.
yeah, because that's the 3 generations of MCs. That was the 3 generations of the comparison. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And Ra was on board. Ra was like, for the young guard, whatever.
Yeah. So what happened? How come the album didn't drop?
But Trackmasters lost their deal. So when Trackmasters lost their deal with Columbia, it was I was either able like to either, you know, leave or stay. A lot of people stayed, but I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna head on out. If Trackmasters is going, I'm going. Like I'm coming in the game that has no morals, but I'm all the way morally fit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all the way morally fit. So it's like wow, like, but I mean, I still would make the same choice because it's good to have a buffer between you and the major. Because once it's just you and the major, then that's when
world right there.
And that's why you have people like still right now in gripes because it's like once you and the major, they be signing like 10-year deals, like like 10-year deals with the majors. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was like, nah, I'm cool.
That was around time when things were starting to change. People getting wiser to the 360 deals and everything else, and they, you know, the independent scene was starting to blow up. So yeah, you had a lot of options around that time.
Yeah, you like, nah, you like, I'm going. Plus, you know what I mean? Like, I do music because I love music. I never needed music for anything. Like, I never needed music. See, most people, most artists need music for either financial gain or to get notoriety, to be, you know what I mean? Because they don't get enough notoriety or attention in life, you know what I'm saying? But me, I never needed it for any of those things. So it's like, I just did it pure. I just do music purely for the love. Like,
when you pick up that pen and start ghostwriting,
I did that. I started ghostwriting. Man, it was. I mean, since like probably like 13, 14, I started writing the hits because we couldn't put no music out. We couldn't do nothing. So we couldn't do nothing. So Pope would just have me write for everybody who he was producing for. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's why I was just like, all right, cool. Like, I would write for all the women, all the girls, all the women in the game. It all started with them. First, I would write with them. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it was like after that, then it was just like, okay, let's see if he do the R&B joints. Then I started doing the R&B joints, like easy, because R&B is just like rhyming. It's nothing. But I just did do the R&B joints here. After that, then the guys started coming. Like, yo, son, I need to. All right, whatever. Yeah, like, the fellas started coming. Like I'm like, and I would just, you know what I mean? I would look at them, but then I'd be like, I mean, I get it, but I'd be like, damn, y'all. I'd be looking like y'all these people favorites.
Yeah, thank you. You said it. I didn't have to ask.
Oh shit!
I was about to ask, did some of the people that approached you, like, was you like taking it back, like, you know, like before you asked me this, I might have had, you ain't got to drop no names, but maybe like, you know, somebody approached you and was like, you know, I had a little bit more respect for you as an MC before you came to ask me that question.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't even. It's not even just that. It's more about like. It's like. It's not like, because the respect is. It's kind of weird because it's not even like. It's just more like. Like I'll be like, oh, you're an entertainer. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I just look at, like, you're an entertainer. You know what I mean? But like, and I just be looking like damn, like you did, like these some heavy hitters coming. Like that's why it's so great. That's why that's why I traveled through the game. I traveled through the game unscathed, because it's like they know.
You got dirty laundry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they know.
You got some people dirty laundry that they don't want aired out. So and it's funny because I'm a huge component of the rapper versus the MC, right? Like, you know, like the rapper is the person you were just talking about, the entertainer. You know, like, you know, you're somebody who just, you know, they kind of contrived you, right? Like it's not natural. You know, like, you know, like that, like you don't have the ability to be able to just sit there and formulate your thoughts and be able to write it out and have it line up and formulate with, you know, a story or just a certain concept you might be trying to build on, or, you know, run your your bars, or line them up a certain type of way. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just respect the art form of MCing. And when I see these, you know, these people that kind of brought their way into the industry, it kind of makes me turn my, you know, kind of makes me get pretty pissed off at the industry as a whole, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I get very frustrated.
No, it's crazy because but the crazy part about it be some of the people that you look at as MCs that way you be like, it's no way he has somebody, right? It's no, like, it's those people where you're like, yo, it's no way that he got somebody pinning something up for him. Like, you're like, so I'm sitting there like, and it's crazy because you get the goosebumps because you like, you know, the gag order is coming. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Send me the paper. Because you just like, you know what? Like it's kind of weird because you get like the goosebumps of saying like, you just want the transition to go through because you like, okay, like it's a notch under my belt. Like, I'm writing for you. Like, you like, so you just like, once the transition go through, you like, come on, man. Like, you just be looking at them like, all right. You know what I mean?
Now you become the ghostwriter.
Yeah.
That's what you did. That's what you did. You became the ghostwriter. It was cats that said that they was ghostwriting, and then they was talking about they ain't right. And you was the ghostwriter. That's crazy.
I mean, some people.
And that's crazy.
And you set a trend to where after you, people start yelling out the young boys' ages on the joints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the height and the pinnacle. Oh, he's 16. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? Like after you, that's when cats started doing it. Because I know where certain people was at. Because I was in Queens all the time, except in the Archer and shit. I was in 40 projects. You know what I'm saying? I was in Left Rack. I was in all these places. So I know who was where at that height of the time. So I know who people was around. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't talking about where they was from. They was trying to act like they was from Queens because they was in Queens all the time.
All the time.
That's
what it was.
So that shit is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Just
it's
background, some of that background. So I was like, oh nah. So I didn't get to shine like, you know what I'm saying? So like a regular cat don't bring up $500,000. You understand what I'm saying? Like you had to be close somewhere. You see what I'm saying? There's a couple other people I could bring up, but you know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of the argument, it's like this is what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's what I'm like. It was just like it's just like my upbringing was just so like it was just different. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like man, like where you got like when you in a junior high and high school and you got Uncle Hev pulling up in a bulletproof Benz to pick you up. You know what I mean? Like it was just like it was different. You know what I mean? Like it was different where it was like, or you just in the crib chilling and then you got Fox and AZ pulling up, you know what I'm saying, on the block in the SL, like, yo, what you doing? I bet. Like, so it was just like when you around it the whole time, it's just more like, all right, cool. But then you looking at them and they looking at you like they ready to follow you. So like that's where like the turmoil would come in because they was ready to follow me. You know what I mean? They just felt like everybody in Queens felt like they all felt like, well, they all know like they all felt like I'm the perfect leader. Even at that young age, they felt like wow, like he could take us further. You know what I'm saying? Because he could take us further because he don't like I don't fear nothing. I don't fear no one. I don't fear no like it ain't like I don't dodge no title fights. You know what I'm saying? If they're like, yo, you gonna get on the track with this person, all right, let's do it. So it was like that's how it was. Like I'm that guy. Like if I'm with me in power, it'll be great for everybody because I'm the guy that takes his cool off so everybody else could take their cool off. So it's like if we had a show and I'm there with the beginner act, like when there's nobody in the crowd, I'm at the front, like, let's go. And they're looking like damn, Vegas, he on the card, he headlining and he in front clapping for me. Like he ain't even in the back in the dressing room or whatever in the green room cooling out waiting for his showtime. Like, nah, I'm out here like where it's like nah, we gonna support everybody, gonna support everybody. That's me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But everybody don't move like that, and that's why the game is so sour, and that's how it turned sour. That's why I always say Biggie was the last king of New York. Man.
I totally agree. Team player, that's what it is. A lot, you know, you got team players, you got the individual players, and there's too many individual players, not enough team players, and that's the problem. You know, team players win championships, individual players get points, but they don't win nothing.
Nah. Right? That's why I try to tell people, man, it don't matter who hit the winning shot. We all get rings, man. We all get rings, man.
Some other people who was up for the crown, they got upset. You know what I'm saying? Some other people was up for the crowd, and you see that whole shit like transpire, like that kind of destroyed everything. Like I was in the joint. I was in one of them little dirt balls at one of the open mics, and Millennium Thug got busy. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't that bitch deep, 40 projects, everybody that motherfucking deep, and he smashed Bleak in the battle, killed him. You understand what I'm saying? And me and a couple of other cats got out the Rangers and shit like that. He got signed after that. He got signed after that, if you remember. And I don't know what he got signed for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he got signed for. But then you start to see that shit later and later with other people. They were signing people that was hiding in them and shelving them.
Yeah, I mean, that was the move. The move was this, you know what I mean? Like, so that's it. Like you sign, you sign a player, and you don't even plan on using the player. You just don't want him to go to another team to go
That's
get
right.
you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing for you right there.
So that's what they do. Like that's how I would just be like. That's why I wouldn't sign with nobody. You know what I mean? Like nobody. That's why I wouldn't sign with nobody because I'm like, you couldn't. It's nothing you could do. It's nothing you could do for a person that they can't do for themselves, especially now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And you still in the studio, right?
Always. That don't
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, that don't stop. I got this, you know what I mean? The Hallelujah. Well, I got this Dawns and Dweeb project. That joint about to come out as an EP with my man Block. And then I got the Hallelujah album coming out. That's gonna come out September. The Hallelujah project. Like that's gonna be ruthless.
Mm.
Definitely. I'm glad you're still working. You know what I mean? That's
So
important.
Syke touched on it earlier. What was it like for you? Uh, $500,000 joint, one of the craziest joints off the Belly soundtrack in the movie. Your joint on Into Deep, you know what I'm saying? Epic, you know what I'm saying? Epic scene in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, what was that like for you with that whole joint? Matter of fact, if you remember that scene and shit,
Mm-hmm.
homie, and they song was on the joint with your joint playing in the background. You know what I'm saying? So what was that like for you? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Uh,
it was. I mean, it wasn't. See me, I always knew. See me, it was like we didn't really celebrate it because we knew what was coming with it. You know, like
mm,
we knew what was coming with it, and it was. I was always prepared, but a lot of people in like the label and stuff, they wasn't ready for what was coming with it because like what I was trying to do and what they was trying to do, it wasn't going. It was causing more friction than you know what I'm saying because when that came out, when the Into Deep joint dropped, and then it was in that scene where homie, it was already like that was kind of like me. I'm more like I'm that type of person where everybody's celebrating and I'm looking like I'm looking at it through his eyes. I'm looking at it through Esco eyes where he's looking and he's looking like, oh shit. Like they really trying like, you know what I mean? Like they really trying to replace me.
hmm,
They like that because that's the subliminal message
right,
that they were sending because if you didn't know, like if you ain't know that was me and you watching that scene and you hearing the music, you thinking that's him.
right,
And then, so when you leave and you find out that no, that's the you know like that's a younger version. You know what I mean? Like so now they like so so now when I go to Miami and we performing at you know what I mean? You know they got the hip hop summit and we performing at the Fountain Blue. You couldn't even get in. You couldn't even get into the show because everybody wanted to see who you know what I mean. Who this guy is because they couldn't ever see me, but they would just hear me and see. You know what I mean?
right.
So it was like it was just always ill. Like LL was the first one that he was the first one to text me like yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, welcome to the, you know what I mean? Like, welcome to the lineage of Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
he like, yo,
He's
this,
the OG.
yeah,
He's the Queen OG. Yeah.
he like, this is you now. Like, can't over. He like, man, he like, cause you got. He like, you embody, cause he like, I've been around you, so he like, I know you embody he like you embody everything that Queen's artist is about. Cause he like that's what makes me such a deadly ghostwriter is because I couldn't like I'm like a chameleon. I could embody whoever I'm writing for. And it's like I'm just giving them better words, but it's them saying it's like they be looking like when I'm rhyming, when I go in the booth and I do their verses, it's like they listening to themselves, but I'm just giving them better wording, you know what I mean, on how to do things, you know. So it's like when he wrote that, LL was like, yo, look, like he like you embody that, like you embody the Run DMC, me, Esco, Onyx, like he like you embody all the lineage, you know what I'm saying? And like that was like dope. So once that started happening, it was just like the writing was on the wall where it was like, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Mike wasn't ready to give up, you know what I mean? Mike wasn't ready to pass the torch, like, you know what I mean? So it was like, all right, cool. They competitive, you know what I mean? Mike and Magic is competitive, so you're like, all right, cool.
I think you and Mike Geronimo and a couple other people, Royal Flush, a couple other people, don't really get that, that shit that they deserve. For me, you see what I'm saying? Like that's just me. You know what I mean? Like you, Mike Geronimo, Royal Flush, a couple other people out of Queens ain't really never get they just do.
See, me, I can't I can't speak for like Mike, but like with Flush, like you know, like I'm with them guys, you know what I'm saying? So like, but like with Flush, like they, that's the thing. Like we never need we don't never need music, you know what I mean? Like where it's like we never needed music to like validate or in like our lives outside of our lives outside of music is still crazy, you know what I mean? Where it's like oh shit, like a quick story, like I never like when I say on my rhyme, like yo, like Rihanna on the runway, like she to this day she be like, damn, I never forget when I seen you on the runway, like, and she was like, I'm looking like, who the hell is this kid? You know what I mean? Like, who the hell is this kid with his backpack getting off a private jet? Like, she asking Mark Jordan, who, you know what I mean, who managed at the time, like he was the lawyer. You know what I mean? He the one who brokers everybody's private jet. You know what I mean? Like, and he was surprised because he like damn, son, I ain't never like beg. Why you ain't holler at me? I would have got you a ill price on this and that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Outside of music, like I've always been stopped bonds. I've always been set up to be good money. You know what I mean? So it's like, so outside of music, like me, Flood, like we have fun outside of music. So it's like, music is just something we love. That's why we always gonna do it. You know what I mean? That's why some people need music, and that's why when it's not doing what it needs to do for them, they get, you know what I mean? They turn away from the music because it's not really in them to do music. You know what I mean? They just do music music is a job for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really love it. If there was no money or fame involved, they wouldn't do music. You know what I'm saying? So when there's no money and fame involved for them, you know what I mean? That's when you get the music. It's so angry. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I just love music. Like if it ain't like, if it's never a dime in music or it's never no fame with music, I just love music. I love this shit. Like,
you'll want to be involved in some aspect, form of fashion. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because it's just I love making music. The creative process of music is, you can't beat that. It's unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like the creative process of watching, you know what I mean? Watching put words together and say, damn, damn, like how nobody ever said that? Like, or how come I ain't say that sooner? Or damn, I really said that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the great
part. As a matter of fact, that's how I judge whether or not an MC is kind of like what level of dopeness they on. like how much stuff will I hear them say that make me wonder if I would have ever thought to say that. Like, because you know, usually you hear some crazy stuff, you're like, God, what was he thinking about when he wrote that? Like, what made like I don't know if I'd have thought of that. Like, you know, like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you start looking at people like on a whole nother level. Like, yeah, so I totally get it. Now, is you there?
Yeah. So as far as like next generation, you got your eyes on anybody, or you working with anybody that you could share with us that's up and coming that we need to pay attention to?
Man, I mean, I don't know if y'all got your eyes on go to Alligator Alfred Aida. I mean, she's a beast, you know what I'm saying? Like, I call her, but she the gator, you know what I mean? Like, she's just, you go to her page, Alligator Alfred, you go to her page, you'll see she don't even play no games. You know what I mean? Like, she's dope. My man Patty, Lord Pony, you know what I mean? He was in he worked with Nicki, you know what I'm saying? Like, he worked with Nicki and all that, so it was like he ill, you know what I mean? Like, it's a few that I work with, you know what I mean? Like, Prince Omar, he ill. Siamese, like, man, it's just so many dope MCs that don't get the light, you know what I'm saying? But man, they ill. Like, young boys, I got, like, you know, the young boys like Pop Miliato, like I said, Half a Mil son. He's dope and he grind hard just like his father. You got my LaFrance, young boy LaFrance, man, from out of BK. He crazy. Man, it's a lot of dope. It's a lot of dopeness. You know what I mean? It's like they fly under the radar, and that's what I try to do. I try to just. That's the only reason why I come out with projects, is to help. You know what I mean? Like, help people be seen. Like, on this project, it's produced. The Hallelujah project is produced by my man King Solomon, who's a dope producer. I got his son on there, Miles, who's ill. Like, his son is dope. You know what I mean? Like, where it's just like, I'm just trying to bring like a generation of youthfulness, you know what I'm saying, and show them the right way on how to show them not to chase nothing. Just take care of your craft. You know what I mean? Just make sure, you know. And I still got the usual suspects. Like, me and Gaddafi got a joint called The Government Got Him, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got a joint called The Government Got Him. I got it's a few joints. You know, me and Planet Asia and Hush Kingpin, we getting in the joint. We about to do a few joints. It's about to get real ugly. You know.
Yeah, that's an ugly combo right there.
Yeah, it's about to get real ugly because we got the joint. Me and Planet Asia and my man Bad Seed. You know what I'm saying? My man Nicolas Cage. Like, we got a joint out. We got his joint, the Bad Seed joint, with me, him, and Planet Asia, called Alpha Mills. That joint is crazy. We got it's joints out. You know what I mean? Like I said, my man blocking them. You know, Flea and all of them. Like, it's music coming. You know what I'm saying? It's time. We gonna flood it all over again. Cause, like I said, with me in power, it's different because, you know what I mean. I open up the gate for everybody. I invite everybody here. Let's go. You want to do it? Let's move. Cause, you know what I mean, strength in numbers. If everybody got their mind right, ain't no stopping it.
Right. So is it gonna be something we're gonna see? You got like a plan for like a biopic or something, some authorized biography, the Ali Vega story?
Oh man, The Life of a Poet. Yeah, that's the you know what I mean, the book is the audio book is coming soon, and then we're gonna have the real, behind the scenes, the stories and all that, like what shaped my career, who like, my left eye, left eye is one person who I hold near and dear. you know, like that's like big sister. Like she was like the first person. She was like the first person that was on it like that with with almond milk. You know what I mean? Really on her vegan shit. Dr. Sebi. You know what I mean? She was. Remember, she was traveling to Honduras and all that. Like she was one of the first people rocking with Dr. Seb. You know what I mean? She was the first one. Like she was like one of the few, and she showed me like how to draw minerals and shit, and how to draw shit from an almond. You know, so when I was like, she was just like on it like that, and seeing that I was already on it like that, so it made her like, oh shit. She like, cause she like, damn, how you remain so young looking? So I was like, nah, I don't fuck with no dairy. I don't eat no beef or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So she was like.
Right.
And she was on it like that. So she was like, damn, for you to be young and on it like that, she like, oh. And then we just, then we would make music. Like it was crazy because, man, if she ain't pass away, man, please. Them numbers was gonna be out the roof. Cause the music we was making, man.
Yeah, at the time she was considering going solo at the time and
He
everything.
was.
Yeah,
I did a solo album. Like I did a solo album. It was stupid. It was stupid. Like
right.
I mean, like it was stupid. Like like they ain't released it, but man, if they ever did, man, she's like that project was stupid. Had this joint tour. I had a joint, man. The joint had called Going Left. Man, that shit was stupid.
That's crazy. It's sad that it didn't get a chance to drop and she passed away. Another person, rest in peace. We lost a lot of good ones over the years.
A lot of good ones, man. A lot of good ones, man. Like we keep losing them, but like I always tell people, man, you gotta move. Sometimes you gotta move like a submarine, man. Sometimes you gotta move like a submarine, man. Stay below sea level. You still moving at the speed of everything else, but you just below sea level. Still bombing shit, still doing what you gotta do, still got your eyes on everything. But you just under sea level. That's all.
I got to ask you. You don't got to answer if you don't want to. A+. That joint that he did on Beats from the East with Cannabis and everybody on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you?
No, I never wrote for A. I never wrote for A+. It was like, nah, not me. I never wrote for him. You know what I mean? We was doing the joint. We was doing the joint. We was doing the joint for Stuart Little, and Fifth was writing the verses. I never wrote for him. Fifth was me, and Fifth was in there. You know what I mean? Because Kadar was like, "Yo, I want y'all to do the joint for the Stuart Little project," and I was like, "All right, cool." And then when I came in there, it was just me and Fifth. Fifth like, "Nah, I'm doing the record." I was like, "All right, yeah," but I never wrote for him.
I don't know why I heard that. I thought you did.
Probably not. Probably because when I was talking about the Stuart Little record, people probably thought I was saying I was writing for him. No, like it was Fifth was writing the verses. You know what I'm saying?
So I saw like that iconic ass interview with my brother Doug Diamonds, man. That was some crazy gems you dropped in that joint. Let's talk keys to longevity. You're an institution now, over 20 years in the game. Like, what's the keys to longevity that you could share with us?
Just it's like really just staying out of the way, but making a way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you. And it's like just doing the right things at the right time. What I mean by that is saying like Say boom. I give you an example. At the N Too Deep soundtrack, at the N Too Deep release soundtrack, at the release party, right? At the movie premiere joint, at the after party, I was too young. I couldn't get in. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get in. LL was walking in. I was like, "What's good? Why beg? What up? What's happening?" Nah, they ain't letting beg in. So LL stood outside. He stood outside with me. And then the whole crowd, everybody started standing outside. The promoter like, yo, I can't have y'all standing out here. So L like, yo, I ain't going in if the young guard don't get in. So he's like, nah, he don't smoke, he don't drink, he ain't a problem. You ain't gotta worry about that. He's like, yo, man, you sure? Like, all right, yeah. Boom. Let us in. You know what I mean? Let me in. So what I mean is like that, doing the right things at the right time. L could have kept it moving. Say, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it was the right thing at the right time. You know what I'm saying? He stood up and was like, nah, I ain't going in. If he ain't going in, I ain't going in. So when you do things like that, like where it's like those type of things, where it's just from the goodness of your heart. You stay out the way, but you make a way. You know what I mean? And that's it. You got to be involved. You ain't got to be involved in everything. Like a lot of people like being involved in everything. And that's how they get caught up when everything crumbles because they involved with everything. You know what I mean? Like me, I stay out the way. I stay out the way, do my music. You know what I mean? Like anybody that, you know, like I help my people. Like I do the podcast, I do the joint called the Artcast Show. We do that every Friday where we do fatherisms and stuff, like just showing people like just man to man talk. You know what I'm saying? Like man to man talk. You know, like that's what we do. You know, we have, you know, like powerful people on there, just, you know, black minds building. You know, we have that. I show the youngins how to start clothing lines, how to start businesses, you know, like show them how to get into trading stocks, show them how to invest in gold, you know what I mean? Like how to build things to where, you know what I mean? Like you be good outside of anything. Like music would just be, it'll be a hobby, a luxury for you. You know what I'm saying? It won't be a necessity, you know, like I show them how to do that. I show the youngins how to, you know, go to school. I show them how to go to school. I show them how, hey, it's just all right. You work a 9 to 5, work a 9 to 5. You let that 9 to 5 furnish your dream. You know what I'm saying? Like I always show them how to do things because I always tell them availability. That's the best thing. You got to be available to your family, to your craft. You can't do that behind the wall. And you can't do that if you dead. You can't do that behind the wall. You can't do that if you dead. You understand? Like, and that's what I try to show them. That's the best way I could tell them is stay, you know what I mean? At all costs, stay out of prison and stay, you know what I mean? And limit your chances of being put in the grave. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
All right. Syke, you got anything else before we wrap it?
No, I think I got everything out for the most part. It was a powerful build. You know what I mean? We got a lot of good information out there. Channel Zero in the chat, he wanted to ask, who all did you write for before we get out of here? If there's any names you can drop.
I can't. I got like 2 more years on the statute of limitation joint. I got 2 more years on that. You know what I mean? And they'll probably 9 out of 10, they'll probably be sending me a re-up check in November. That's usually what happens. Like it's like a quarterback signing an extension.
Right. Legal purposes, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all the women, you know what I mean? All the women and most of your favorite rappers. I'll put it that way. I can't say no names, but all the women.
Some of us know.
Yeah.
Some of us know.
Like I said, you'll know when I'm involved in rap, you'll know because things, you know what I mean. You start hearing it, people start talking different.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yeah. Well, I appreciate the time. Hopefully you could come back September and come back when that book drop. You know what I'm saying? We could do some things over here
Now
and
we gonna work.
help
This,
promote.
yeah, this is just the, you know what I mean. This is just the great. We gonna, you know what I mean. We gonna build from here.
Right.
This ain't the last time we gonna build from here. This is just the meet and greet. This is the all right, cool. We involved now. Let's, you know what I mean. Whatever we gotta do, let's get it done.
Right. Right.
Sure, no doubt. And appreciate you having you on.
Thanks for having me, man. For real.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate all the cool stories and everything else, and then stroll down memory lane. It was a good build.
Nah, good build, man. Like, yo, y'all be safe, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All right, too.
All right, y'all be good, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.